What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Capital Report. I'm your host, Javier Thomas, and with a special guest today.
Hi everyone, my name is Sabrina. I'm the guest on Javier's show today.
Yeah, so crazy things have started 2026. If you've been paying attention, we invaded a country and we took their president, and we're gonna take their oil. So there's lots of different opinions on what's going on in Venezuela. I think it's important to just look at it objectively and say, okay, what are some of the reasons we might be doing it? What are some of the reasons why people might not agree with it? No matter who you ask, I think a lot of people in Venezuela want their freedom back. And I think a lot of people are not supportive of Maduro's regime. So there's many ways that you can go about doing things like this, where, putting pressure, putting sanctions, doing things that make the government in a country treat their people better. But if that doesn't work, you got to go in and send the big fish. So, and oil prices have kind of sunk because Venezuela has the biggest oil reserves in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. So I thought that was super interesting. And now he's going to be standing trial. We're going to see what happens with that. But when the videos came out after what happened, I mean, there were hundreds of thousands of people on the streets cheering, waving the flags, being super happy. And now it's pretty much up for grabs what countries are going to be working with America or might have to be toppled. People were mentioning Cuba, Bolivia, Peru, all these different kinds of countries that were in kind of the Western hemisphere could be susceptible to change if things keep going the way that they have been. So I think it's going to be a super packed 2026. It's important to be focused on what's going on, but not distracted. I feel like there's so much noise out there. What do you think?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Like today I saw on the news that they were talking about Donald Trump and Maduro. And Donald Trump doesn't want to do war with Venezuela. It was just all about the manufacturers at the VP of Venezuela, Chelsea.
Yeah.
If she can agree upon things, then there's no war.
Yeah. And that's really what it is. It's trying to have an agreement that's mutually beneficial with both countries. I think the most important and interesting fact about this whole Venezuela thing was literally just hours before that we had initiated these strikes. The Chinese envoy had come over and they were having a conversation and having some high-level government meetings. So to me, that means we don't want China in our backyard networking with people who could be funding overseas groups that are not in our interests. So literally hours after that meeting was when we went in, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were already in there getting Maduro. So
yeah,
I think that really speaks to how serious America is about protecting their backyard and making sure that foreign adversaries are not involved in there. And then now we're moving to Greenland. So the whole Greenland thing, for some of you who don't know, the Trump administration wants to kind of acquire or increase defense pacts with Greenland. And the Greenland prime minister was not too happy about it. She made some statements and said, if America attacks Greenland, it will be the end of NATO. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I don't think that we are going to straight up take over Greenland. But I think it's important to realize what it is about Greenland that is important. Greenland is a country that's a little bit more north, and it's geographically located closer to the Arctic Circle. So if some of you believe in global warming, then you know that global warming affects how much water and ice is up in that Arctic Circle, which then opens up new shipping routes. If you open up new shipping routes, that means you're opening up new trade routes. And
yes.
we had basically had hegemony over all the trading routes with the Panama Canal.
Oh, here we go. I could talk about it more.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You want to finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, for example, Donald Trump said on Sunday that the U.S. needs Greenland for national security purposes. And of course, it's pointed to Russia and the Chinese activities that are happening in the region near the Antarctica island. And that's not far from Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela.
And Chile and
all those
countries. And think about it. Costa Rica has no army.
Right.
And Costa Rica is one of the wealthier countries in South America.
Yes.
And a lot of tourism, but also a lot of American companies that are and aren't in the United States anymore. For example, Payless.
Yeah, 100%.
And there's even other car companies that are like Ford even has a big dealership in Costa Rica, and even Audi has one too.
All those foreign car companies.
All those foreign car companies.
And that just speaks to how important it is for these countries to have relationships with the United States, because we invest in those countries.
Yeah.
We invest in Puerto Rico. We invest in Costa Rica. We allow our companies to go there and sell.
Yes, like for example, like the American army is right now in these South American countries.
100%.
And they don't have their own military, and they ask for our help.
Yeah.
And so like Greenland is also a territory of Denmark, and which the USA is a member of International Military Alliance in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the leaders of Denmark and other European NATO states on Tuesday morning issued a joint statement pushing back on Trump's increasingly vocal desire to obtain Greenland. And like, they quoted, "Greenland belongs to its people. It is for Denmark and Greenland and them only to decide on matters concerning Denmark and Greenland," their statement said. And Levitz came after what that joint statement was issued.
Yeah.
And
that's a fair statement to make. I think I more think that the kind of rhetoric that the Trump administration is doing is more just like getting people to pay attention to the whole Greenland situation, because that's what he was doing with the Venezuela. It's like they're trafficking drugs. This is a problem. Americans are dying. We have to address it. And things weren't getting done. Yeah. So he got them done. He went in there and got them done.
Right now, like, think about it, right? The Chinese are attacking Japan right now. Yeah. And Russia too. And like right now, China's trying to attack Taiwan.
Yeah. They were running snap military drills around the island. Everywhere. And that makes a lot of people nervous. But in the same breath, one would say, okay, well, we just went into Venezuela and took another, our adversary's president right from his country. Would the Chinese do the same? Are the Russians trying that in Ukraine right now? So it's kind of like, if monkey see, monkey do. If other people see that we're doing something, would they also try it? And if China does try to go in for Taiwan, that could really blow up the world, because Taiwan has a lot of semiconductors. Yeah. They make a lot of chips that go into almost every single tech gadget that we use. Cars, phones, you name it. There's a chip in there.
And including for Tesla too.
Tesla, right. All the EVs.
And you got to think about it. The Tesla owner, Elon Musk, he wants to try to tell Trump, oh, can you lower the tariffs for China because I buy my chips for Tesla there, my parts and everything.
The rare earth minerals.
Yes.
That's really what it is. It's a fight over resources. It's a fight over land. It's a fight over strategic positioning, so that the next 5 to 10 years, America is in a more advantageous position. Right now, not to say that we're not, but there has been a lot of refinement in the United States economy in the past couple of years. Ever since ChatGPT really went live, a lot of people who had certain jobs lost their jobs because of how productive AI has become, how lean it has allowed companies to become and only need to keep their core workforce. a lot of people might say that's bad, but that's what you would want in a country, in a company, in anything. You want it to be lean, but you also, in the same breath, have to have a way for the people who are losing their jobs to still make a living, because you can't cut out that whole part
No,
of the population.
you can't cut it out. That's why you have to learn more skills.
Yeah.
Especially seeing what other people are doing as well, and self-education,
Yes.
including playing with AI, get certifications.
Yep.
And you can't believe what all these AI machines are saying either. And people are realizing it afterwards, after they either fire someone, or they're about to lay off someone, or if their company's going in jeopardy, that this is not the fit for us.
Right. 100%. So that's kind of where I see the next couple years going. It's going to be the people who got laid off or had to quit or were furloughed or were forced to quit. All of those people need to merge into the economy in a different way now. They have to say, okay, well, maybe I lost my job, but I still have this skill set that I had. Now I can use what I already know and invest my time to learn something else.
I know, like, movie producers use the translators for AI. They use each different systems, and like you had to translate something to English or
vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And there's like so many platforms you could do it on, and it's all about how it comes in grammar and everything else.
Yeah, you got to spell things correctly.
And how it looks like.
And
you could still do your job, but then you have to make sure that whole system doesn't take away your job.
100%. And that's really the theme around 2026. It's honing the skills that you have, learning new ones, and growing your network.
Yeah.
2025, 2024, that's when influencers started blowing up. Everybody wants cheap dopamine and they want to be entertained cheaply. That's kind of going away. And what's being ushered in is a mode of actual information, true insight, organic reach, organic connectivity, right? I want to make a connection with all of you watching this right now, that you feel comfortable enough coming to the show and finding what we talk about as relevant, as informational, as something that could help you, because there are real world repercussions about what's going on. Very simply, if we go over tomorrow and we take over a country, that has ramifications for everyone, whether it be in that country or this one, because now we have to help govern it. We have to help make sure that our companies are in advantageous positions to be able to profit and in turn help us. Because if we get lower gas prices, if you go out there and the gas goes from $3 to $2
or $5 or even $3 to $5,
right, or the other way, right? If it goes to $3 to $5, that hurts us.
Yeah, no. Literally, I had a friend that didn't believe me. For example, remember when we had the gas hike here?
Right.
That was like $5. I had a friend that didn't believe me. I was like, dude, if you go to Ramsey or other areas, the gas price could be less. But if you go towards Montclair and everything, the gas prices are more like $4, $5.
Yeah, and that takes a toll
to the city. Yeah. I mean, certain gas stations, you're going to find $2, you're going to find $3. Yeah. But depends how far you're going.
100%. So that's all of those things factor in an economy. And the more people that you have not aware of what's going on, and they only get to the pump and they say, oh my God, why is my gas $4? Yeah. Why is my milk $7? Why is my bread $5?
Yes, it's all about, like, even when you're grocery shopping, right? Like, for example, ShopRite may have the same owner, right? You're going there, every ShopRite he owns has different prices for this and that.
Different areas.
And different areas, and including different ShopRites that are not owned by the same people. You find different prices for the same item that you're buying.
100%. So that's really the theme for 2026. It's paying attention to the things that are happening geopolitically and how is that going to affect the country, but also not kind of like getting lost in it, because it's very easy to just turn on the news and think the world's going to end tomorrow.
No, if you know your history and your facts, then you're set and you won't be lost of what the news is saying to you directly. You can't believe everything that you see on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook because there's false advertisement out there and people like to get people scared.
Yep. Because that's what sells. Right?
Right.
Up to this point, everyone is getting clickbaited. Everyone wants to see someone down, like someone's downfall. Everyone wants to see someone fight or get into an argument or someone's business go through a hard time. But we need to kind of change that. And we need to make sure that people are winning. People are prosperous. People are growing their network and want to have good vibes.
For example, like the reason why like people may not like it, that it's hard to get a visa, hard to get everything. It's because we have to do everything the right way. But not only that, Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Remember when they used to have the corporation office here in Wayne, right?
Yeah.
They had to hire people from overseas to come in to do our work because they were calling us American stupid. Yep. Because we didn't know what we were doing. And then ended up they closed down the office here in Wayne, New Jersey.
And then they went bankrupt.
And guess what? They reopened here at the American Dream Mall. And they still kept their side gig with Macy's. But think about it. When are they opening other stores?
They're not growing.
And they have a store in Tokyo still.
Japan. That's
Japan.
But that just goes to show you that Toys R Us was a big box retailer. They were kind of just as big as Best Buy. There were stores all over the place.
Yes, and Best Buy still exists until this day. Think about it. How is GameStop still making their investments?
Exactly. Well, that's a good point, right? GameStop making their investments because they were able to connect with their community.
Yes.
GameStop and AMC were able to save their companies, verbatim save their companies by connecting with an audience, being involved with the culture, right? Those memes, those NFTs, buying Bitcoin, putting Bitcoin on GameStop's balance sheet, that saved the company. AMC allowing more advertisers on their platform and not charging you $30 for a bucket of popcorn, that saved their company because AMC was another one that was about to go bankrupt. So moving into 2026, this just highlights my point that it's about making organic connections with people who you want to be your customers.
Yes. So, and it's all about quality and quantity as well. And businesses should not be afraid to be working with marketing agencies or any other agencies that you may need to think that they may need to help you.
100%.
Don't be afraid to invest in marketing, especially if you need people coming into your place or need to fix anything.
The right kind of marketing, because a lot of people can have a marketing budget and they spend it on things that sound good in practice, but when you really put them to work, it doesn't pan out. It doesn't pan out the way that you want it to, and that money's gone. So you have to do things that work. You have to reach people organically. And you have to build a connection with them.
Yes.
Because that's how
building rapport and customer service.
Building rapport and customer service is absolutely key in 2026. And that's how you're going to keep a customer and retain them past just the first sale. Because I think it's easy. Any one of you people out here who have a business or have some kind of product or service, you can make a sale
Or you work
once.
for a business.
Right. Or you work for one. Anybody can make a sale once.
Even if it's a chain, even if you're not in the business sector, let's say you're a doctor or you're a brain surgeon.
Those people come to you because you have a name.
Yeah.
I am Dr. XYZ. This is my practice in this XYZ town.
Yes.
That builds your rapport. This is not
even a
rocket
lawyer,
science.
Right?
If a lawyer, right? They want to come to you because you know how to get results. That's what's key.
And then some of these lawyers, they don't they either want to learn or don't want to do anything at all. And that's why they're either getting business or no business at all.
Right. That wide margin between the haves and the have-nots are only getting bigger.
Yes.
All this space in between the have and have-nots can still be dominated by people who are focusing on doing the right thing for their company, for their employees, and for their business.
Yes, if you have an idea for your company or your business or anything, don't be afraid to tell HR or even your boss that I want to implement this idea to the business or what kind of strategies you're that are willing to help the business.
There's a lot of voices that need to be heard. And I think that a lot of the times companies have done so well for so long that they kind of have reached that plateau point. And the next wave, if many of you haven't already known, is obviously going to be AI. It's obviously going to be making that organic connection. But the way that you connect with people has changed.
Yes.
It's not the same way that it was the past 20 years. The next 20 years will not be the same. So having that fresh young talent come into your company and say, hey, what do you think about this? What if we try this? What if we do this? That's going to be the deciding factor in how business goes for the next couple of years, no matter what industry you are, no matter what niche you're in, because people don't think the same.
And you don't want to go through bankruptcy.
100%. Bankruptcy is horrible.
And it gets onto your credit report and
Yes.
you won't get out of it this time or the day because then you end up in jail.
Yep, 100%. So there's a million things that can go wrong. But the true theme for 2026 is organic results, real retention, and working as a close gripped unit.
And one thing is, if you're going to invest in crypto, don't be scamming people through social media or WhatsApp.
Yep.
Do it on the right platform.
Yep. There's lots of crypto scams. There's lots of people who lost a lot of money.
Oh, yes.
But I think that if you stick to the main platforms, Coinbase is a great one. Coinbase Pro. The actual platforms.
Robinhood.
Robinhood is another great one. If you understand, don't just buy crypto because you want to buy crypto.
And don't think it's going to give you results and make you just a millionaire.
Right. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight.
You got to keep your other investments and don't quit your job, because a lot of these people who are scamming people are saying that, oh, you could quit your job. But guess what? There's not going to be return on investment.
Yep. That's 100%. So this was another episode of the Capital Report. I appreciate all of you, and I'm looking to see you in the next one.
Yes.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.